Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Brebeuf High School and our Indiana Girls High School Lacrosse Game of the Week. Tonight, Brebeuf at 4-5 will take on undefeated Culver. They come in to tonight's matchup at 2-0 on the season. Tonight's game brought to you in part by the Morales Group, building better futures one story at a time. Aspen Creek Grill, why go anywhere else for delicious food? Burtner Electric, providing quality electrical services in central Indiana. Boilermaker Local 374, we're second to none in quality and performance. Passion to Care, beyond home care, where passion meets purpose. Family Source Insurance, your independent agent representing Ohio Mutual Insurance. Clean Slate, inspired innovation that moves business forward. Piper Logistics, from warehousing to transportation and everything in between. The IndianaSRN sports page, wall-to-wall sports news every day. Check out IndianaSRN.org and click on the sports page tab. And by the Heartland Collegiate Athletic Conference. Watch the best Division III sports on HCAC.tv, where you always have a front row seat. Great to have you with us tonight. The rain actually has stopped here at Brebeuf High School. Of course, that's good news for all of us. Over the last couple of days, we've had plenty of rain. Both teams are ready to go. The Braves, again, coming in at 4-5. Culver coming in at 2-0. Keith Myers, Troy Dergowski, great to have you with us tonight. Matchup here tonight, in a lot of ways, we have not seen either one of these two teams yet this year. So they're kind of a mystery to us, but we also know that these are two really big rivals between these two schools.
And believe it or not, I think the weather conditions could be a factor as well. The wind gust at 36 miles an hour. It is a crosswind. That little white ball will probably be moving left and right a little bit. Goalkeepers will be a key tonight. But you're right, both teams play very, very well. This is a rival. They like each other. The last time Culver won a state championship here, so this is memorable for them.
Yep.
They also had a winning streak snap here as well. She reminded us of that as well. So, both of these teams know each other pretty well. And, they're just 2 hours up the road, but a pretty nice trip and made it safe. And we're getting ready to play a pretty good lacrosse game early in the year.
Well, let's talk about Culver. They, by the way, as you mentioned, won a state championship right here on this field. That was back in 2013. And we will see a couple of players in their roster tonight. They're the Division I type players, and I'm going to be kind of interested to see how they play tonight. We do know that Mara Fall is already headed to Furman, and Maddie Harmeyer is getting several Division I offers, so we'll keep an eye on them this evening. And they got an all-state goalkeeper as well in Elizabeth Tidings, so they're 2-0. They beat Park Tudor 15-12. They beat Northridge 20-7. And you say, why have they only played 2 matches so far? Because of several factors.
Well, spring break was one of those. Yeah. Most of these girls also played hockey. They went to the national championship. So this will be a pretty physical game because these girls won't mind getting kind of rough a little bit. They beat a Park Tudor team 15-12, a very good Park Tudor team that we think we'll see early in June in the championship game of the state. Because they're very, very good. So, there are no slouch. They're still filling each other out. A little concerned about the speed today, but we'll see how they'll match up because Brebeuf really, really is key for this game.
Yeah, no doubt about it. So keep an eye on a couple of the players. We mentioned Harmeyer already. Has several D1 offers, and she'll be that attacker and that midi that we'll watch to see how they'll do in their transition from offense and to defense and also from defense back to offense and see what their transition will look like tonight. But with Elizabeth Tidings, and again, a second-team All-Stater from last year, Brebeuf is undoubtedly going to have to play very well to get goals on her this evening.
Yeah, and got to put a little bit of pressure on her early. You're home a little bit. They took a 2-hour bus drive. They had to sit and watch a JV game, so they're pretty a little antsy as well. They've got to put a lot of pressure on the goalkeeper tonight.
And the one area of concern might be the slow start they've had in their first 2 matches already this year. When we come back, we'll talk about Brebeuf coming up next right here on IndianaSRN.
faithfully standing with us. You are truly making a difference in the lives of our neighbors in need.
Welcome back again to Brebeuf, and a night that is kind of cool. We've seen the temperature now drop down to 50, and you mentioned about the winds already, so that's going to be a factor. I think the good news is, Coach, is that this is our last cold night, right?
Yeah, this is the last cold night, because if we get another cold night and rain night,
we're not doing it.
I'm calling Emmy and say, nope, unless he warms up the press box.
Yeah. It's not warm enough for you right now, or what?
It's fine right now.
Okay, very good.
Hey, before we get started about Brebeuf, we got to talk about our man.
Okay.
We were greeted by Sully. And
Sully, whatever.
Whatever. I got 12 people trying to tell. It's Sully, right?
Sully,
okay.
Yes.
Anyway, he brought his popcorn, Chick-fil-A. He got me a nice little steak. It was really good.
Yeah, I bet it was.
Got me water, and he told me he wanted your autograph, and I told him I would get it for you. So if you could just sign an autograph feed.
I'll get it before I leave.
I can get probably $15 out of it.
Yeah, so, good luck on that one.
But thanks to the whole entire staff, because I tell you what, they're top-notch people, and they were ready for us, and that was really kind of cool.
That's fantastic. Well, let's talk about Brebeuf at 4-5 on the season, fresh off that loss against Hamilton Southeastern, 14-6. Fell down early, 8-1. They were down at that score at halftime. They did play better in the second half. They were outscored 6-5 in that second half. They're at home tonight. They have got some talented players. We'll talk about them throughout the evening as well. They've also got a goalkeeper that's very good, a 75% save rate coming in. So they're going to be good at home.
75%, I would take that any time. I mean, especially on a night tonight because the facility is still wet. I mean, the ground is still wet. And it's turfed and it's drained well. But we saw the JV team slip and slide. But if you're at 75%, that's big time.
They'll take that.
Oh, yeah, you bet.
Top players to watch tonight for Brebeuf. One of those will be Savannah Schaefer, off to a great start, over 7 goals already so far this season. You also have Talia Sakuso, who, by the way, is another player who has 7+ goals. Holland Drook is at about 7 goals as well. And then you look at Layla Boylan. She's another player at 7 goals plus so far this year. It's a pretty good balanced attack.
Yeah, and Coach Nick has been here long enough that he's got a system down. Those girls understand his system, and they are prime. We went down to their locker room in his office, and they were really loud and rowdy. They were ready. They were chopping at the bit probably around 6:15 when we were doing our pregame stuff for them. So they're ready to play, and they're ready to show up their wares. And the whole entire state is watching them. It is the game of the week, and our numbers have been terrific, as you already have known. There's going to be there's a lot of people watching, probably some coaches out there watching tonight.
Latest rankings in the girls lacrosse rankings. Guerin number 1 in the 2A ranks. There's only 2 divisions.
Right.
Followed by Culver at number 2. Then it's Bishop Chatard, Carmel, Zionsville, Hamilton Southeastern, Evansville North, Noblesville, Westfield, and Cathedral rounding up the top 10.
And we'll see some of those teams on the game of the week.
We certainly will. And in single A, Park Tudor, followed by Center Grove, South Bend St. Joseph, Northridge, Brownsburg, along with Evansville Central, Homestead, Evansville Wrights, Evansville Bossy, and Warren Central. So a lot of teams out of Evansville making their names known early in the season.
And don't worry about that, Evansville. We got you covered as well. In fact, we have one of them on Saturday.
Yep, sure do.
Yep.
So a lot of coverage coming up throughout the entire season of not only Indiana girls high school lacrosse, we will have boys lacrosse as well right through the state championship again this year. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Exclusively on IndianaSRN. How about that?
Exclusively. Tell you what, we'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll get things started. It's 2-0 tonight, and you look at a Culver team that's off to a great start, and the Braves hoping to get a win tonight to even their record at 5-5. This is high school lacrosse right here on IndianaSRN.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses. From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Back once again here at Brebeuf, and we will go to our public address announcer for tonight's starting lineups.
Number 3, Maura Fall. Number 7, Maddie Harmeyer. Number 10, Allison Conley. Number 13, Elise Quant. Number 16, Tirsa Sante. Number 18, Caroline Lafferty. Number 21, Ella Eckerly. Number 22, Addison Sirek. Number 25, Elizabeth Tidings. And number 34, Taylor Wagner. The Eagles are coached by Scott Sweet Christian. Now for your Brebeuf Jesuit Braves. Number 1, Marin Brooks. Number 2, Elise Purley. Number 4, Katie Snook. Number 12, Josie Killian. Number 14, Becca Veach. Number 15, Talia Secuso. Number 16, Elise Wagner. Number 18, Holland Rook. Number 19, Layla Boylan. Number 20, Amelia Fredlin. Number 21, Ellie Pribble. And number 25, Savannah Schaefer. The Braves are coached by Nick Esty. Today's officials are Leah Davis and Azur Davey.
There are the starting lineups for tonight's matchup. Coaches talk about keys to this one. You have a Culver team that's only played twice so far this year. You alluded to some of the things they've had to deal with early in the year. So they're 7 games behind the 8 ball, you might say, with a Brebeuf team that has that many more games. Talk about what you expect tonight.
I think you just need to stay in the game in the first quarter. That
Okay.
the game can't be over at the end of the first quarter.
Okay.
Meaning, I don't think you can be down 5 goals. I think you may have to get off to a quick start. As you heard the public address announcer, the wind is blowing, howling. It could be a factor for both teams, but you just got to get your feet wet, so to speak, get started and play well. You get a goal here or there, it may be to your advantage. If you're Brebeuf, start off quick. You've had more games. You're probably in better shape. You just get it done, and you're good enough to get this done pretty quickly.
Okay. By the way, the Culver squad will be in their dark traveling uniforms tonight, and Brebeuf will be in their home whites. As we mentioned, the wind continues to gust here this evening, and of course, after the rain we've had over the last couple of days, that
you
is
had
really,
rain?
yeah, a little bit.
Did you?
Yeah,
Huh?
just a tiny bit.
Okay.
But you know what they say about April showers?
Yeah, brings May race cars.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey, Chuck Levine is on our 1 and 2s, and Daniel Thacker is on our camera.
All right, here we go. We're ready to get started. Keep an eye on certainly turnovers tonight. That'll be a big key. Transition will be another big key both ways.
I want the orange shoes, Troy.
Well, I'll tell you what, when we're done,
you go down and
before
tell her?
you get out of here, you can skedaddle over there and find out.
I'll see if she'll let me have them. 2 officials tonight, usually a 3-man, but 2 officials tonight. Also could be a factor.
It could be, yep. So you'll get the draw control to begin this one here tonight. You mentioned earlier a lot of feeling out process will begin this one this evening, as that first draw is going to be won by Brebeuf, and they'll start on offense here this evening. We mentioned the balanced attack that Brebeuf has, and what a save right out of the chute that time. Nice job by the All-State goalkeeper, Elizabeth Tidings.
But you got to like the pressure they put on her right away. They went and shot the goal right away. Nice save.
So now we'll head back the other way. You know, a lot of times we watch these teams early in the year, and you have so many new pieces. If you're teams that are rebuilding and maybe a little bit from last year, you've graduated a lot of players, and then you've got to find a way to get everybody on the same page.
And the season is so quick. I mean, it's over before you really gets things started, because you're playing so many games consecutively day-wise. It's a quick, fast season.
That's called against Brebeuf. So Culver will look to get on the board first here in our opening period of play. You mentioned earlier they made the 2-hour trip here to the north side of Indianapolis to play this matchup here tonight, hoping to go to 3-0 on the year. That is Mara Fall, who, by the way, is already committed to play at Furman. And we may have her first free position shot of the day.
And we were told by Coach that it's easy to get from here, from Culver to Brebeuf, but you got to take some old shortcuts.
Actually, it's not going to be a free position shot. The foul's
great
called
save.
it now. A shot, and yes, a save early on by Marin Brooks. We talked about her save percentage at 75 coming into this one here tonight, but an errant pass on the clear, and that's going to go out of play, and that's going to be a turnover. Take another look at it.
Nice shot there, and great save. Got the stick right up there.
So Culver gets an early shot on goal here in period number 1 here at Brebeuf. On the attack once again. You know, one thing you'll notice, and this is also a key, I think, for Culver tonight, you mentioned with just 2 matchups under their belt already, how they'll play at the X, and there's another save. Nice job once again by Brooks in goal. Is that they're going to have to work. If you're 7 games already behind the other team, you have so many things to work out offensively. There's again, you mentioned that early, just stay in this thing in the first period.
Stay in it, but what is very interesting, by the end of the year, they'll have the same amount of games. So there's an advantage really to them, because late in the year, they're still got some fresh legs where other teams might be a little leg weary.
Well, Brebeuf, a turnover. See what Culver can do here as they get it inside the circle, and then we have a whistle, and that'll stop play. And we will have a free position shot right here for Culver. You get a good look at Tirsa Sante. And their first real opportunity, and it's going to be checked from behind.
How about that?
Great play. Looked like that was Layla Boylan getting the stick check from behind. And so Brebeuf able to stop a free position shot. And those can be a really big key if you get a lot of free position shots.
Yep.
So now let's see what Brebeuf can do as they're now heading the other way.
Both teams really kind of filling each other out right here. Troy, you can tell that both of them are playing pretty conservative. That's a nice shot.
Yeah, Brebeuf heading back the other way, and that's going to go wide. And let's see who will get this one. It will be Culver. Taking another look at the save right here.
Looks like 19 got it from behind.
Yeah, that was the stick check that we saw a little bit ago on that free position shot. Culver unable to clear, so now Brebeuf and a whistle will stop play, and we'll head back the other way.
Game of the week on IndianaSRN. Thank you very much for joining us. Join us Saturday as we will be at Southport as Avon is in action against Evansville.
Now, people are saying, why are you at Southport if it's Avon and Evansville?
We have a halftime guest that will explain all of that.
And by the way, during the broadcast, I'm sure you'll hear my color analyst ask if he can get a ride home, but that's not happening. So that means I'd have to drive all the way up to Lawrence. And
fine.
I live downtown. I can't do that.
Yeah, I understand.
So now Brebeuf, and another nice save the other way by the second-team All-Stater, Elizabeth Tidings. She's got good quickness around the cage. You can kind of tell she's had a lot of experience as Brebeuf unable to get a goal here in this opening period. We'll go transition back the other way. Culver, very quick.
Yeah.
See if they can drive the goal here.
She's going to go
I'll
coast
tell you
to
what,
coast.
Nice spin, but nothing there. And we've got a whistle, and this is going to go against the Braves, and we may have another free position shot right here. I think Jacqueline Gassot is wearing number 52, not number 56. We'll try to check on that when we get an opportunity. At the X, and the shot and another save on a low attempt.
On a ground ball. Look at that.
Brooks already nice job early in this one. Better job on the clear as well to the opposite side of the field. Last time she went that way, ended up the pass a little bit too high and a turnover by the Braves. Down to a final 5:45 in this opening period. With the way that the two keepers are playing so far tonight, Keith, the goal might be hard to come by.
Mm-hmm.
Good look at Snook. See if you can get position and work behind the cage at this point. So far, Brebeuf has done everything out front.
Wind caught that ball. You could see that. The wind caught that ball.
Yeah, and it kind of depends on where you're at here today. Now, the flag
is still.
Yeah, it's a little bit still at this point, as that's going to be a low shot that bounces high over the cage. But you can hear it gust every once in a while, and that could be a factor. Braves on the attack once again. Ball is going to be loose, and who's going to get this one? A 50-50 ball deep in the corner. And so far, nobody able to get the ground ball, and I believe that's going to be close to going out of play, but finally picked up by Culver.
That's why I couldn't play this game, because I couldn't pick up the ball.
That's true. Well, in your day, they weren't playing this.
No, this was brand new.
Yeah.
You know, back in the 1800s, we didn't have this game.
No.
No.
So now after Brebeuf and the whistle turnover by the Braves, Culver trying to attack the other way, and they throw an errant pass as well, and Brebeuf will come up with it. Couple of changes in the lineup here for Brebeuf. They made two changes in their last opportunity, and a low shot, and did it go across? It did. That'll be the first one of the night. That'll be Grace Sylvia, the sophomore midi. And finally, the Braves get on the board here tonight. Take another look at it right there. That was really a nice shot by Sylvia. You kind of felt right there, too, Keith, that the way the Braves were attacking, they weren't really doing much from side to side. They were coming right at the keeper, and that time they just challenged Tidings. But that also didn't help that you ended up turning it over the way that Culver did on that last possession.
But you got to love your young players delivering early.
Yeah, you sure do.
At the 4:13 mark.
And by the way, when you think about Sylvia, not one of the leading scorers for Brebeuf coming in, so that's big as Culver ends up winning the draw. And they'll quickly move down the field. This is Harmeyer. Harmeyer is a D1 talented player, and a shot and the goal. Just like that. And the point on the board the other way. Take another look at it here, Coach. That was a great play. So Culver coming back within seconds just to tie this one up.
We're going to check on who's.
Well, it was 52. We don't have a 52 on our roster. We even checked with the coach before. It's going to be Addison Cyrick. Okay, so that is Cyrick. They had her 22 or 52, so we'll be 52, which is Addison Cyrick. She wins a lot of draw controls, and that time it was just a nice break back the other way, and once they got in a scoring position, Cyrick was there for the goal. So we are tied at 1 apiece. So now the draw control will be won again by Culver. They're very quick getting in a scoring position, and they move again with Harmeyer.
I like how she controls that tall stick.
And behind the cage, that's going to be knocked away, and they'll say it will be Brebeuf. Well, she does a great job. Yeah, you're right. Controlling it as an attack midi. You can tell Harmeyer does an excellent job in transition. So now let's go back the other way. One of the keys, I think, will be for Culver again if they get it back. I mean, they had a lot of space to work with on offense when they got on their fast break the other way.
I like how they set this up here.
Amelia Fredlund and now Brebeuf at the X. Let's see how they'll work it here. Always watch the cutters down the seam. Inside the 8-meter, and now once again they'll set it out front. Tied at 1 here in the opening period. A low shot, and it's going to be another save. That's a great save there.
Loose ball.
Ball did come loose. Tidings did a nice job working that one down and to her left. As the lights are now on here at Brebeuf. And now Culver back the other way.
Listen to that wind. You know, they're wearing shorts and short sleeve shirts. We're in winter jackets up in the press box.
Here is Fall. Nice pass. Cut to the middle and the goal.
Goal 16.
That's going to be number 16. Tirsa Sante on the goal unless they wipe it off here. I think they may have taken it away. We're going to have a free position shot. So you might have heard the whistle, Coach, right before the shot, and they called the penalty. So now the free position shot, and looks like we might be in the crease on this one.
Boy, she got knocked down hard.
Yeah, that was Sante once again, but we're going to come back and do another free position shot right here. Yeah, the women's game and the girls' game is not as physical as what you'd see in the men, right?
Well, that's what you say.
Yeah. Well, it's not supposed to be. Another free position shot opportunity, and the ball checked away. Nice stick check there. That Brebeuf defense playing very well in the circle. And it looks like we'll have another one.
In our production meeting, you said I need to go down there and get hit a couple of times to see how that stick feels.
Yeah,
there's the whistle
right
there.
Yep. I would love to see you go down there and take a couple of shots just to see what happens. So it will not be a free position shot here, but it will be Culver on the possession, and with the left hand, the score. And looks like it will be 52 once again. Addison Cyrick. Cyrick came from the right, shot with the left. Taking a look at it, Coach. He split 2 defenders right there.
Had a little bit of height advantage there and took advantage of it. So she scored at the 3:59 mark and the 42nd and 47-second mark of the first quarter. And Culver has to be pretty happy with the 2-1 lead here.
No doubt about it. And Addison Cyrick, they didn't give us all the updated stats through 2 games, but they gave us through 1 game. She had 5 goals, 6 assists, and 10 draw controls coming in
to tonight's game.
To this one. So you know she's going to be one of those they're going to really count on here tonight. So a 2-1 lead by Culver.
While we do that, we want to thank both coaching staffs for getting us stats for the night's game.
Draw control will be one. Looks like it's going to be blown against Culver, and I know there was a little confusion there. on whose possession that will be, as Savannah Schaefer had actually had the draw control, and they're quickly back the other way. Low shot scooped up once again. Tell you what, great play again by Tidings. But you got to like the way Brebeuf attacks. I mean, they're going to come right at you every time.
Yes, sir.
They don't really shy away either way, as we're under the 15-second mark and probably looking at the final possession right here. As you see, the keeper's just going to hold on to it, but they will stop play at 4 seconds. And that will give it back to Brebeuf. A little bit held it too long that time. Tidings trying to run out this opening period. So Brebeuf will have one opportunity, and they'll have to work very quick.
May go up top here.
From behind the cage at the X, and nothing there. And we will end period number 1 as Culver leads this one 2-1.
Aspen Creek Grill, we are a from-scratch concept with comfort fresh food. You can expect a world-class experience on a great budget. We've got incredible specials, great service. Today's dish that we're going to highlight is going to be our Aspen Blue Sirloin. It is, again, our premium Black Angus certified beef, and we top that with a blue cheese crust. Again, everything that we do here is made from scratch, and it's no different from our steaks. We hand cut all our steaks in-house. So our team back there it's just an incredible team. Everything that they do, they take so much pride in. They put a little bit of themselves into everything that they do over here, especially since it is a made from scratch concept. We want everybody to come, visit us, enjoy some great food with some great service. Bring your friends, bring your family, come have some great food, have a great time with us with some of the best comfort scratch food.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by Officially Human. Their mission is to restore respect to game officials and recognize them as authorities on the field and the court. Thanks to our officials, because without them, we don't play. Sportsmanship is everyone's job. And also want to thank Tam's Sweet and Savory Cafe. Traditional food like Grandma used to make. A great staff, but their food is excellent. Ask Keith, he'll tell you. Check them out Wednesday through Sunday. Give them a call at 317-760-1640.
Tomorrow's Friday, right?
Yes.
Sloppy Joe special, 12 noon, booth 7. I'll be right there. Mrs. Myers will be next to me. We'll have our Sloppy Joe, because I got baseball tomorrow, so I might have to eat 2 sandwiches.
Really?
By the way, the official human, we have an official with us in the booth tonight, so if there's controversy about calls, we probably can get her in, and she can probably describe what the controversy were.
Well, and again, we're playing with 2 tonight, and you tried to recruit her to have her come out and be a good sport about this, and she didn't do it.
And now she's totally embarrassed, and she probably will not do a halftime show with us. She's our favorite board member.
I know.
She loves us.
Well, I'm not sure about that, but after you tried to recruit her, she may not show up.
Troy, in all seriousness, the numbers have been terrific for lacrosse this season for us, and we think of the opportunity. If you like what you see and you like to see more of that, you can contact us at coach@IndianaSRN.org, and we'll tell the board. And who knows? We may do 2 games a week next year.
There you go. Why not? We're the only ones doing it in Central Indiana.
That's exactly right.
Your thoughts on the opening period of play?
If I'm Culver, I'm very happy. I'm up 2-1, and both teams playing very well. The win has been a factor a little bit, but pretty quick pace game.
Yeah.
I like the pace, and I think the pace is really to Culver's advantage right now.
Well, and the one thing, if you noticed about Brebeuf, when they win the draw, they will take off and go. So if you are not ready, and Culver has been very good in goal here today with Tidings, but that defense, you're going to have to get back quickly.
Now this quarter will tell how good a shape my team is in and how well we're going to finish here. Because Brebeuf will make a run. They're a very strong team. They'll make a run.
Not to confuse you at all, but we've changed directions now.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I wonder why my score sheet was wrong.
Yeah, because I knew that'd mess you up.
Thank you.
All right, Culver winning the draw control, and they're going to get in quick scoring position right here, and a whistle from behind. Might be a slash on this one. We could be seeing again another free position shot right here for Culver. And once again, you're looking at Addison Cyrick, who's been a key tonight already, and she's going to shoot this one without even taking a step. How about that one?
How about a fan from Vegas, Las Vegas, watching this tonight?
Yeah.
How about that?
Hopefully he has a lot of luck.
Uh-huh.
All right, Culver will keep it. Culver trying to go up 3-1, and a whistle, the outside official making this call. We're having another free position shot. Take a look at this last one.
That was not even a step, was it?
Yeah, you don't see that very often. So Culver, yet another free position opportunity right here.
I just like how they wind up.
And this one's a really hard shot that time. That had a lot behind it, but a great save again by Brooks. That was Harmeyer there for Culver.
Here's the speed of Brebeuf right here.
Well, they're better back in the middle. I think the one thing it'll cost them right there is Culver does a nice job of that double team on the sideline. So now Brebeuf quickly back the other way. That is Purley, I do believe, in control. See if they can get it in scoring position right here. Purley gets checked and then moved away. And Brebeuf again will reset things with Wagner. Very patient. And one thing you like about Brebeuf so far, Coach, is they'll fast break you and they'll also set it up.
Well, they're not going to force anything because they want to be so deliberate.
And they have been on this possession for sure. That's going to be a low shot and another save again by Tidings. That was a little bit to her right. And watch the Ducks coming through too. So now Culver. Ball loose. Will they turn it over?
Did. Look at that.
Yep. So a turnover by Culver. And see if Brebeuf can take advantage of that turnover.
See, she didn't go into the fray there. Came back, set back up. Very patient. I like the offense there.
Well, this time the work behind the cage. See how they'll set it up here as you get a good look at Killian. Killian's going to make the move here, and another save again by Tidings. Not even fooled at all by the player coming from behind the
Couldn't
cage.
extend the hands, Troy. Nice defense there.
Boy, so many times, though, Coach, you see is that's going to be another possible turnover, and it is by Culver. If you can get stick on stick, you're going to stop a lot of really tough shots.
Mm-hmm.
And that is what we have seen again from this Brebeuf defense tonight early on, and Culver did it that time as well. Sukuso, the cut to the inside and a whistle.
What do we got?
Going to go against Culver. And we have a free position shot now for Brebeuf.
Here's the advantage that you're looking for right here.
It'll be from the top. Sukuso. Pretty much you get a good jump. You have a one-on-one situation. She goes low and scores.
15, Talia Sukuso.
Talia Sukuso gets her first. And we're tied at 2 apiece. Just a sophomore, Mitty. Take another look at it, Coach. You got a great jump on the whistle. And as I said a little bit ago, if you can get that good start, a lot of times you're going to have a one-on-one situation. No matter how good Tidings is, that's awful tough to try to stop. We have a timeout. 8:09 to go, period 2. We're tied at 2.
We really focus on modern application development, DevOps, so automating the whole process of delivering your solution, and cloud architecture.
It's very important for mid to large companies to have cloud partners because you can't possibly have all the talent you need to address the complex ecosystem of the cloud.
We advise them on all parts of their business. And then when things are defined and we see a clear goal, Clean Slate also then goes and does the work.
We have a team that is very passionate about what they do. We love to solve complex problems, and there's a lot of companies out there that will avoid getting involved in those things. And I think that's why clients like to work with us.
Today's game of the week brought to you in part by Wheeler Mission. For 125 years, Wheeler Mission has been a pillar in the Indianapolis community, providing help, hope, and healing to people in need. If you'd like to volunteer, give them a call at 317-686-6239. And also want to thank Boilermaker Local 374. They represent highly skilled, highly motivated workers in field construction and metal fabrication throughout the state of Indiana. Start your career with Boilermaker Local 374. Give them a call at 219-845-1000.
Excellent.
Got a timeout right there. We're tied at 2 apiece here in period number 2.
Look at our schedule for Monday, as we will be at Heritage Christian on Monday. They take on Westfield. Game time 7:30.
And then that is what sport you're going to call
Lacrosse.
Oh, good.
Lacrosse,
okay, very good.
The game of the week.
Yeah.
So we're doing tonight, Saturday, and Monday.
Okay.
They got us rocking and rolling.
And then I've got a game a week from Saturday. Is it with you again, or can I get somebody different?
I'll check on that for you. The boys' game of the week coming up, as well as Westfield and Cathedral.
That'd be a good one.
Yep.
Am I on that one, or?
Yes, you are.
Oh, am I?
Yeah. They want the second best.
Okay, good, yeah. You were probably busy that night. Anyway,
Actually, I am. I'm calling a baseball game that night, so you're welcome.
Yeah, the draw controls tonight have been pretty even. Neither team has had a huge advantage. But boy, when you talk about Cyric and her ability to get draw controls early in the year.
See, that's why I would not officiate that, because I would be afraid they would smack me in the head.
They would. Harmeyer takes the check, and now we got a whistle, and looks like that's going to go against Brebeuf, and we will have a free position shot right here. It looks like it's going to be Harmeyer. Harmeyer just a little bit off center. Gets a good jump and will score. So Harmeyer.
Goal number 7, Maddie Harmeyer.
Able to get her first goal of the night. And, Coach, that kind of shows you right there. If you can get a free position shot like Harmeyer, and you saw the quickness she had right there. It was really hard there for Brooks to get a stop because you have that one-on-one situation, and Harmeyer just kind of had her way that time. So Harmeyer gets a goal. We saw, of course, earlier the way that Cyric has played tonight. She has 2 goals. On the other side, Sylvia has a goal. Circuso has a goal. So now 3-2. Culver with the lead and another draw opportunity right here. Let's see who'll come up with this one. Well, that one always can be really tough when that thing goes high in the air. It'll be picked up here by Brebeuf. Circuso ends up losing it. Harmeyer back the other way, and Harmeyer wasting no time. That pass goes ahead and then goes over the outstretched arms of Mara Fall. And a turnover again by Culver. Believe it or not, this late in the evening, we're actually starting to see a little bit of sun coming out, huh? Haven't seen that in a couple of days. I think the last time we were scheduled to do a broadcast, weren't we at Guerin, and it poured that night?
Yeah, we want to thank the Lightning crew there that night.
Yeah, that was great. So now, Brebeuf chance to tie it up here in period number 2.
I'm just waiting for spring to spring.
I think you'll get it on Monday. Or actually, I think you're going to talk about Saturday and Sundays when it's really going to break. Just in time for our Saturday matchup. Brebeuf again looking for an opening.
The crossing pattern is pretty impressive with Culver picking up the girl cutting it across here.
By the way, Jackie McNair, number 22, is in the lineup now for Brebeuf. Good defense here by Culver. Well, again, in high school lacrosse, we don't have a shot clock, so you can pretty much take your time until you find something you really want. And a whistle called here. See what that's going to be, the penalty on. It might be the two officials are kind of looking at each other right here. I'm not sure what they called in this one. They're adjusting everybody around here a little bit, and it will be Brebeuf keeping the possession. Three-2 your score here in period number 2. Cyrick again leading Culver with the 2 goal. Nothing that time for Brebeuf as Preble couldn't get a good look. And it looks like we may have ourselves a free position shot right here now for Brebeuf. Always a challenge when you are a keeper, and Addison Cyrick has done an excellent job tonight. So Brebeuf getting an opportunity again. And they'll go low, and it's going to ricochet away. The shot attempt by Wagner.
That might have hit the pipe.
Well, I'll tell you what, if it did, that went a long way. If it didn't, it went a long way off the leg of Tidings as well. I think Tidings might have taken that one off the right leg. So now Brebeuf able to keep it as they'll work behind the cage. Culver does a nice job keeping their defenders, and you can hear them talking too. They will do a nice job in communication.
Good job by our crowd, Mike. Well positioned on the field tonight.
Ball almost lost there, but eventually picked up by Grace Sylvia. Yeah, that was off the knee that time, and this one right in front, and it's going to be knocked away twice by Tidings.
Wow. Did you say off the knee?
Yes.
That went a long way from off the knee.
Well, I'll tell you what, and I don't know what padding she might have, but you can kind of tell she was lifting up that right leg a little bit.
Well, there's not enough padding for me
No.
in this game. No. The helmet itself isn't big enough.
No. Let me see Culver trying to get a clear right here as you take a look at Tidings. One thing you don't want to do is leave Tidings by herself. As Brebeuf now back on defense, will head the other way. Looking to the inside, the pass a little bit high and out of the reach that time of Addison Cyrick. And the official will blow this one dead once again, and we will have a free position shot opportunity again. And guess who's going to take it? Addison Cyrick from the top takes a step, fires, and it's going to be knocked down in the save there by Brooks. So Brooks able to get a good opportunity again, one-on-one with Cyrick, and able to knock that one down. We'll stay at 3-2, and now Brebeuf heads back the other way once again. This is Boylan at midfield, and once she crosses, that Culver defense able to double team, and you can see they're really coming over there. There's the double team there, and then you had one of the defender coming behind. That was Addison Cyrick, who is potentially going to add to that defensive effort.
And we're under 2 minutes.
A very quick period number 2. It will be Brebeuf here, and they will get Cyrick and send her to the sidelines for Culver. And that would be a big loss right there with Cyrick again, the way she can control the draw, and also with the 2 goals tonight.
So a man advantage for Brebeuf for at least 30 seconds.
Well, in Culver now, you can kind of see the shifting that they're doing on defense. And Brebeuf will take control here with 1:49 remaining.
And I've just been told in my ear that penalty minutes tag on to the quarter at the end of the quarter.
So now the Braves trying to tie it up here at home. Also trying to even their record at 5-5 on the season.
Use the official as a pick. That's a smart move, right?
Might as well. Part of the playing field, right?
Yes, sir.
At the X. Nice pass to the inside, but a little bit out of reach. Will it be a turnover? No. Brebeuf will keep it. They'll have to work pretty quick here. This is Wagner. Coming up on 1 minute to go here in the first half of play. Nice move to the outside, and that one hits off the post.
Look at that. Look at the carom, though.
Came right back. Brebeuf will keep it as they'll work back to the inside. Backhanded shot, another save. Ball is loose. Who's going to come up with this 50-50 ball? Eventually it will be the Braves. Jackie McNair once again there for Brebeuf.
You like the pressure, though. Brebeuf is putting on the goalie. That's excellent.
That was a heck of a backhanded shot as well. That last one, again, went off that upright just to the right of the keeper, Tidings. And Brebeuf putting pressure on again. This will bounce in, and the goal. This time by number 19, Layla Boylan. Great play, and they just kept coming right at Culver. And there you see it right there. By the way, that penalty non-releasable will continue in the third. But we're tied at 3 apiece as we are now down to 28.5. So Cyric coming out, and Brebeuf takes advantage of it. Able to tie this one again at 3 apiece. So now Sylvia, Sakuso, and Boylan all with goals tonight for the Braves. Culver winning over Park Tudor and Northridge in their first 2 matchups, 35 goals in those first 2 games. And this will be one to draw control by Brebeuf.
Get a shot off quick.
Boy, we've seen them do this so much tonight. Get into scoring position quickly. Can they find a crease? And that's going to be against Culver. Check that time. We'll have a free position shot once again by Brebeuf. Taking this one will be Pribble on the right side.
Oh!
Nice pass to the inside and the score.
Beautiful.
We'll get another look at it right here, but back-to-back goals now by Brebeuf. Yep, that's going to be number 12. That's going to be Josie Killian, the senior.
Number 12, Josie Killian.
So now 4 different players have scored tonight for Brebeuf, and they lead it now 4-3 with 10.7 to go. And this is happening while Addison Cyric is on the sidelines for Culver.
And I'll tell you what, Brebeuf doing confident now.
As well they should, because that's how you take advantage of other teams' mistakes, or when you're able to play.
Ground ball.
Yeah, let's wait and see what they're going to call here. And this will stay with Brebeuf, and that's going to do it for the first half of play, but the Braves finishing strong. They got back-to-back goals within seconds, and the Braves go into the locker room with a lead, as you see that one taking it off the post and then able to come it right back after the carom went that far out, and then another save That's what I liked about Brebeuf. They just kept coming, and kept coming. We are at halftime. Your score? Braves lead it 4-3. This is girls lacrosse on IndianaSRN.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Back at halftime with the score 4-3, Brebeuf over Culver. That is the game of the week. With us now, you know her, you like her. She brings Chick-fil-A to the booth every time she's here. Emmy's here. Talk a little bit about the season so far. It's been a pretty good season.
Yeah, it's been a great season so far. We are really far into it at this point. I feel like Culver doesn't have very many games played, but they definitely play a gauntlet in April.
The board is now talking about the playoffs already because we're almost to that time, right? I mean,
I'm working on buying the plaques and the little ribbons and everything. I got those priced out.
So I mean, because the season's over in the 1st of June, correct?
Yeah, that's our state championship game. 1A sectionals coming up. 2A seeded a little bit more like a March Madness Sweet 16. So that gets announced way later than the sectional play in 1A.
The competition has been stepped up a little bit. We got some really good quality teams in both divisions.
Definitely. I've been doing a lot of reffing this year, and it moves really fast.
Yeah. Talk a little bit about preparation of the tournament, because now the committee now has to find the host site. You got to coordinate all the times. Now that you have TV in the middle of that as well, you have to work with the mean people like us to make sure that we have the right times and all those things. How hard is that?
Sure. INGLA, the Indiana Girls Lacrosse Association, is planning and putting all of that together. We are not currently an IHSAA sport. We are hoping to make that push towards an emerging sport category in the future, hoping to get a little bit of that administrative work off of the board, which is all made out of coaches. So they are really busy during the season, but they're also doing all this work on top of their coaching schedule.
With IndianaSRN now stepping on a board, that has to help you a little bit because our numbers have been terrific.
Yeah, we love having IndianaSRN. I love being able to watch the games. I watch them a couple times, actually.
Yeah, you're the one. That's great.
I wondered if you had stats on that.
We do have stats. I'll share that with you later. But the viewership is really good. If you want to hit that button 4 or 5 times, just put it in replay, Amy. That's good. We'll see you on Monday because
I will be reffing.
You'll be refereeing
on Monday.
So
I don't want to.
We cannot wait.
Don't call me out.
Well, Chuck's going to have you in frame.
Doing my best.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thanks for stopping by. We'll take a break. We'll be back.
At first, me and my mom were struggling. I was trying to pay the bills and trying to take care of my mom at the same time. When I first heard that I can get paid for taking care of my mom, I was kind of skeptical because I had been doing it for so many years without pay. That's when I reached out to Passion to Care. I read all the reviews and I saw that they were #1 in the field. Passion to Care has really, really changed my life. Right now, I take care of my mom 24/7 thanks to Passion to Care.
Back once again here at Brebeuf. It is 4-3 at the half. I want to remind you this broadcast is copywritten by IndianaSRN and the Indiana High School Girls Lacrosse Association. Pretty good, huh?
Uh-huh.
Any use of audio or video, audio, or your NIL
That's right.
is prohibited without the express written permission of not only IndianaSRN but the INGLA.
Yep. And we're using a yellow ball tonight.
I wanted to tell you that.
I guess it's a new experiment. They've been doing it for the last 7 or 8 years, but tonight, well, I thought with the rain we used the white ball, you could see the ball better.
Don't you remember when we were in Guerin and I picked up one of the balls? And, of course, they lay the balls out.
Yeah, and the guy yelled at you.
Yeah, because he thought I was going to kipe it. But I wasn't. I was just picking it up to show you how hard it was.
Yeah.
So,
well, after you threw it at me a couple of times, I figured out how hard it was.
Second half ready to go. Braves lead it. They had the big ending to the first half. Got 2 big goals right there. 4 different players have scored. We've seen good keeping on both sides. Brooks has played very well. You look at the other side and the way that we have seen in goal here today by Tidings. It's just been a really enjoyable first half.
Very, very aggressive game and very high tempo. I like the tempo, and it's really both teams have played very, very well.
So, by the way, they will not have Addison Cyrick for the first how many seconds? 15 seconds. So that is when Brebeuf took advantage when she was out of the lineup, and they ended up scoring those 2 goals to take the 1-goal lead. So here we go. Period number 3. As we mentioned, Culver trying to go to 3-0 on the year, and the Braves trying to even the record at 5-5. We have seen both teams very even in the draw controls here tonight. And by the way, generally you're going to see Cyrick in there, but because Cyrick's out, this time was left up to Mara Fall. And this will be won again by Culver. Harmeyer, we've seen her play very well tonight. Works it again behind the cage.
They are back to full strength.
And that is big, as you see when they get full strength and they're able to bring Cyrick back in the lineup. She's going to touch it a lot. That is Cyrick right there. You know, I like that Brebeuf was able to take advantage of her not being in the lineup. If you're the Braves, that's exactly what you're supposed to be doing. Nice pass, and the shot, and it's good. Again, Addison Cyrick, the hat trick here tonight. A great pass, and another excellent shot by Cyrick.
She scored at 3:59:47 in the first quarter and the 4:13 mark right here at the third. She makes a difference on the field.
Certainly does. So, again, coming right back, that is her 3rd goal of the night. She'll play attack, mid, she'll draw, and we're going to see her another opportunity to get a draw control right here. And so now we're tied at 4. But tell you what, when you have a key player and you lose that player, you don't have the same cohesiveness in your offense.
Well, you're just a little bit different.
Yeah.
You're
well, they weren't the same on offense or defense when Cyrick was not in there. So back the other way we go. Harmeyer once again, after winning the draw control, will set it up out front now for Culver. Again, they're working tonight with the running clock, which is a little bit different, Coach, because generally that is not the case. But because it is a 2-hour drive, they're not doing that now?
No. We're playing regular
okay.
clock,
I thought you said they were going to do running clock.
No.
All right.
On Saturdays. Sorry.
On Saturdays when they're going to do that. Okay, very good.
Read the memo.
I read the memo, yeah. I'm still trying to figure out why we're in Southport when Evansville and Avon are playing in that game.
I'll explain later.
I thought you were going to do it at halftime.
Well, I forgot.
Okay, read the memo.
Yeah.
All right.
Here's the shot.
It's going to go wide.
That's why we have so many viewers, because they like us bickering back and forth.
Yeah.
And we're good for the game, I do believe.
I hope so. So, again, no running clock. That's not going to be until Saturday.
Yes.
Very good.
Just a quick, fast-moving game tonight.
Yes, very fast. So Brebeuf trying to take the lead here in the 3rd. Nice cut down the seam and the score.
Goal number 15.
Nice play again by Sakuso, unless they wiped it off. They may have taken it away. I heard the whistle, but I thought maybe they allowed her to go through, but take off the goal by Circuso, and we will have a free position shot. It'll be Circuso going low, and did she get it? Yes.
Goal, number 15, Talia Circuso.
Sounds like you just said that a minute ago.
I think so.
All right.
That's her second of the night. Circuso getting number 2. The sophomore had the one taken away, but comes right back, went low this time. And Tidings unable to make the stop, and it's now 5-4. Yeah, this was the one that was taken away. But she comes right back and gets the goal. Boy, Brebeuf has been able to come back. They scored 2 late goals at the end of the second. They've come out here. The offense has been very good to begin this third quarter. And let's see if Syra can again get a draw control here. This is a little bit different than what you see in the men's game, where theirs is on the ground and the women's game and the girls' game is up high. And the official places that in between the 2 sticks, and this will be one again. Addison Syrick once again on the attack.
You mean the yellow ball?
The yellow ball.
Okay, great.
Yeah. And she, by the way, has a yellow netting too, so that may be kind of hard to see for some players. Nice cut into the middle, and the shot, and they're going to wave it off. See who they called. They looked like they might have got number 19, which was Layla Boylan. We'll have a free position shot right here. And Culver, that was a heck of a play there. Sante will have the free position shot right here now for Culver. Gets a good jump and went low and scores.
Goal number 16.
So just like that, we come right back. And Tirsa Sante ends up getting her first goal. Take another look at it again, Coach.
Nice release, quick.
Boy, you had 2 defenders right there, but just a step behind. And Sante able to get the goal. So now 3 by Syrick, and then a goal by Harmeyer, and Sante also a goal tonight for Culver. And nothing decided yet. We're now tied at 5.
Might be the last one that has the ball to win this thing.
It might be. Want to remind you tonight's matchup brought to you in part by the Morales Group. Their mission is building better futures one story at a time. They acknowledge the whole person and their individual story. If you'd like more information, give them a call at 317-472-7600.
Want to say hello to Mrs. Morales. Get well soon, please.
See the draw control. Who will win this one? Culver coming away with it once again. Boy, I really like the play of Harmeyer. She wastes no time getting Culver into scoring position, and that's going to be a whistle against Brebeuf. And everybody's going to line up right here once again for another free position shot.
She's pretty quick.
Yep. Already committed to play it. Well, she hadn't committed yet. She's going to decide soon.
A few, right?
Yeah, she's got several offers. Makes the spin.
Oh, I think she had an opening. She just didn't pull the trigger.
Yeah. But that defense collapsed very quickly. And I think the official is going to blow this one against Brebeuf.
No. Yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Again, we're only working with 2 officials here tonight, so we have another free position shot here for Culver. And they will work from the top. Well, you're talking about straight on right here, and will there be a shot? And it is going to be knocked away. It was once again Harmeyer on this shot. So Brebeuf able to stop that free position opportunity, and now Brebeuf back on offense. Braves win tonight. They'll go to an even 5-5 on the season. Nice change of direction here by Amelia Fredland, just a sophomore. So now Brebeuf Nice passes. They'll work it once again right down
With
the
the
seam,
defender.
and a nice knockdown in the save.
That was close.
Tidings once again able to go low on that shot. So now, Culver a chance to head the other way. High pass brought down by Cyric. We'll see if Culver can advance it here, and you can see that she just goes through. Look at all the white jerseys around her. Like 4 of them right there. So now Culver work right side. Megan Fike along with Chelsea Fike, 2 middies and defense type players that work for Culver. Nice move to the inside. The ball will be knocked away, and that'll go against Brebeuf, and we'll should have another free position shot here for Culver. Can they take advantage of it?
5:49 to play. 5-5 is the score. We're in the third quarter. The game of the week.
So again, Culver a chance to regain the lead. Nice jump, and the high shot knocked away. That was Mara Fall.
Still in play, though.
Yep. Well, that's why you rush back there, first one to get to it. Able to keep possession, and so Culver. Cyric with the left-hand shot, and she got knocked down from behind. No whistle there.
Nice little tap,
Yeah,
right?
so much for not checking, right?
As you say, not a contact sport.
No. Cyric once again will receive and Reed it, set it out front. One thing for sure, the Braves know exactly where she is.
Mm-hmm.
We saw the 4 defenders, really 4 players.
Well, when she gets the ball, there's at least 3 that will has her attention.
Yeah, she undoubtedly drawing a lot of attention there by the Braves. Nice pass to the inside. Ball's going to be knocked away, but then eventually picked up. Culver keeps it as Harmeyer goes down, and Brebeuf heading the other way. McNair now for the Braves. Clock coming up on 4 minutes remaining here in the third.
Well, I thought I heard a whistle. They continue to play on.
Nothing there for the Braves, so they'll reset it. One thing they've done very good tonight, being patient in the offense when nothing is available. See if they can work something out front. A little high screen set there for Savannah Schaefer. Schaefer has been kind of quiet tonight offensively for Brebeuf. They'd love to get her going. At Schaefer once again. Schaefer took a little bit of a check there, goes behind the cage on the pass, and Braves work it again to the left side.
They are taking their time.
McNair stays in the lineup working on that left side. Yeah, they're looking, and they really, when you look at the way the Braves are playing this one, they're going crossway, and that shot's going to be low and scored. That's number 12, Josie Killian getting number 2 on the night.
Josie Killian on the goal.
I was about ready to say, look at the Braves working from side to side, and you look at it right there, and there's a little confusion on who was going to pick up who. And that was a great play. Yeah, I like that from a standpoint as you had, of course, the way that as good as Tidings is, as we talked about her being a second-team All-Stater. But you got to keep her mind on everybody else if you can. And while she's looking out to see what's crossing, that was just a heck of a shot that time by Killian.
Quick release on that shot.
Yeah. So now Brebeuf coming back in this seesaw battle here tonight. 6-5, Braves with the lead in the third. See who's going to win this draw at this point. We've seen a lot of success tonight by Culver, and this time it'll be Brebeuf. This is where the Braves are really good, when they can get you in the open field at this point.
Because they're so deliberate on the running their offense.
Oh, that shot, hit the post, and so Post save that time for Culver. Culver now under 3 minutes remaining. Good look at Tidings at the X, and now we'll bring it out to Chelsea Fike. You know, we haven't seen a whole lot from Cyric from a standpoint of getting some extra shots. At another turnover again by Culver. Ball is loose, and a 50-50 ball opportunity here will eventually be picked up as Maya Arthur, number 26 in the lineup, just a sophomore for Brebeuf, and that'll go against the Braves. And now Culver back the other way as we've now made it under 2 minutes. Key to this one, I think, is going to be Harmeyer, to be honest with you, because she has been really, really good here tonight. I mean, take nothing away from Cyric, but I'll tell you
Look at this.
Yeah. Well, this is Cyric. She's very good as well, and she's going to take it herself and has it, I think, knocked out of her netting. Culver is going to keep it, though.
90 seconds.
This will be big here for Culver to get something before the end of this third quarter.
Actually, really big for Brebeuf here to make this stop here.
Well, their defense has been very good. In fact, both defenses have been really good tonight. There's a shot high. Once again, Cyric went with that left hand. And just a little bit off the mark. Brooks had a good read on it. It'll stay with Culver. Under a minute to go. And there's another whistle, and it looks like we'll have another free position shot right here for Culver.
You know what has saved us today?
What's that?
The rain stopped around 7 o'clock tonight, because this would have been cold and wet.
So now it's just cold and windy.
Yeah.
That's a shot and
goal.
they went high with it, and that'll be Megan Fike. Her first goal of the night.
Megan Fike.
That is the fourth different player. Take another look at it, Coach, right there, and that's really tough. I mean, she had a point-blank shot that time there for Culver. One thing about those free position shots, if you can get that start right off the whistle and beat those defenders, that's been big tonight. We've seen a lot of free position shot goals here this evening.
So now we're back tied at 6.
That happened at 35.4 seconds remaining. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Piper Logistics. Piper Warehouse is a group of logistics professionals dedicated to working together to provide our clients with a complete logistics package. They have offices in Indianapolis and Cincinnati. If you'd like more information, give them a call at 317-396-1023. Could be big right here for Culver. They'll win. Once again.
Numbers.
Cyric, open field, looks to the inside, and the ball's going to be knocked away. The pass to Fike, looking for goal number 2. Culver's going to keep it.
You can hear both benches just screaming.
Well, we're down to 7. They better hurry. Culver, the turn, the shot's going to be wide again by Cyric, and that's going to do it for period number 3. Nothing decided in this one. We head to the 4th, tied at 6.
Standing with us. You are truly making a difference in the lives of our neighbors in need.
have a question for you, Troy.
But look at this first.
Okay.
Watch this. Is how that thing bounces out of there. That was a great play by Brooks. All right, we have a question.
Yes. You have children.
Yes.
Would you survive yourself out in the cold like this tonight?
Would I sit out here and watch them play? No.
Yeah,
No way.
Well, the fans that have not left have done a great job. And by the way, shout out to our public address announcer too.
Fantastic.
Because he's going to say, "Hey fans, if you want to watch the game, you can watch it on the IndianaSRN 30 minutes after the game."
Very good.
I'm sure that's what you're going to do. Go home and watch it.
You're going to prompt him to tell you.
Well, I already wrote the script for him. So.
I bet you did.
Oh, he's already read it. See,
yeah,
there you go.
You don't need it
well,
anymore.
with my headset on, I'm taking directions from 5 or 6 people.
I know you are. All right, tied at 6. 1 quarter to go here.
What do you think the key is?
I'll tell you what.
I don't think 1 goal is enough.
I would certainly start at the midfield circle. I mean, I think if you can get some draws here, get back on offense and really put that pressure back on the defense, I would love to see that happen either way. I don't really care who wins or not,
right.
but we've seen, and the one thing you got to do then, you can't give the other team free position shots in this one.
And the wind has picked up because the flag now is moving again. So
well, just in time for us to leave the press box, try to get to the car and get warm, and it's going to be cold.
Rumor has it we may have snow later tonight.
Yeah, well, it's only going to get to 48, so let's don't get carried away.
Okay.
But. All right, here we go. Final 12 minutes. We have seen the draw control be a huge factor in many of the games we have done. I think this fourth quarter could be really huge. If you're keeping a stat the rest of the way there, Keith, why don't you tell us who's going to win this?
I will tell you who will win it at the end of the game.
All right.
All right.
Well, now Culver started to make their move, and we've got a timeout right here. The two officials are getting together. And the way that they're pointing, they're saying, at least one of them is saying, it should be going the way of Brebeuf. Alternate possession will go over to Culver. Nope, it's going to be Brebeuf. Okay. Yeah, we should have some jump balls. So now the Braves' chance to regain the lead here as we begin period number 4. And they're very quick to get into position. Trying to find that lane there is not easy.
Both teams have really go after the ball.
Yeah.
The ball is like a magnet.
I think for Brebeuf to get a win over a Culver team ranked number 2, that's a low shot. Knocked away once again. You see how that one caroms all the way near the sideline and then scooped up by Killian. Able to get another 50-50. Ball shot's going to go high, and Brebeuf will have it. Wagner, one of the first ones back to receive.
Troy, this is a seeding game. You know, you win this one, you got one advantaged to get a higher seed here.
There you go. So you can see the importance of this one here tonight. Brebeuf, lane low, and the shot is good. Looked like that was number 19, I believe. Layla Boylan, her second goal of the night. So now Brebeuf has 4 players in the scoring column, and that's her second. Sakuso has 2, and Killian has 2.
Very well balanced. Nice shot. Now the time is a little bit of pressure.
Well, I'll tell you what, again, I'd love to get that first goal, and you think about the pressure. Yeah, if you can get another one at this stage, if you're Brebeuf, I feel pretty good. But we have seen Culver come back. But, you know, one thing about it we have seen so far is that Addison Cyrick has been kind of held in check lately. She had the 3 goals in the, first half, and has not scored since. So whatever adjustments that Brebeuf has made, it has worked. That ball, hey, that is what you would call excellent officiating right there, to step over that ball like that.
And get out of the way so I don't get hit.
We have a timeout here in the fourth quarter. 10:32 to go. Braves lead it by 1.
We really focus on modern application development, DevOps, so automating the whole process of delivering your solution, and cloud architecture.
It's very important for mid to large companies to have cloud partners because you can't possibly have all the talent you need to address the complex ecosystem of the cloud.
We advise them on all parts of their business. And then when things are defined and we see a clear goal, Clean Slate also then goes and does the work.
We have a team that is very passionate about what they do. We love to solve complex problems, and there's a lot of companies out there that will avoid, getting involved in those things, and I think that's why clients like to work with us.
Okay, here we go. Look at this.
What? There's one.
That's like a high karate move right there.
It is.
I don't know who that is. Asher
Davies. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Good job, Asher.
Well, I wonder back on the
Asher. Azured. Azured. Azured.
Her. All I know it's a
Azure. So it's
like
Azure.
a good neighbor.
Yes, Azure. Very good.
All I know is she jumped very well, and it was a yellow ball that she was jumping over.
Yes, yeah.
I will never, ever let that.
We won't let you live it down.
Because the state finals, I'm sure, will be assigned, and we'll make sure Emi's up so she can tell us about the yellow ball. And the sun will be so bright, we won't be able to see the ball.
That's right. We'll just bring you one and remind you. We'll set it right in front of you.
All right, thank you.
By the way, tonight's game brought to you in part by Passion to Care. They're dedicated to helping you care for a loved one through Indiana State programs. They provide financial compensation. Give them a call at 833-420-6640.
Can I share something about that? Been a sponsor for us for a little bit now. They have some residents that are literally watching some of our sporting events,
Very good.
Which is kind of cool.
Yeah. So you get a look as we continue play after the timeout. Brebeuf again with a 1-goal lead here in the fourth.
She's got the wide open there.
Yeah, Boylan will pass a little bit behind Schaefer, but they'll keep the possession. This could be a big possession either way. If you get a goal here, go up by 2.
Well, time is a factor too. If you could take 2 or 3 minutes off the clock and then score, very much of an advantage.
No doubt about it. There's a seam down the middle, and that is going to be a nice save once again. Tell you what, Tidings read that one extremely well.
You said she was at 75% this
year coming in. Well, now Culver, this is a possession they're going to lose here if they don't get this 50-50 ball. And looks like we may have a yellow card on this one. I think that was a little bit too high near the head area. And that's going to be a big loss because I think that's Addison Syrick who's going to sit down.
Is there 3 cards now in lacrosse? That's correct?
You can only get 2 as a player, but a team you can get more.
Okay, you can get 3 as a team, 2 as a player.
4 as a team before you start playing down.
All I know is I would have had 2 cards by now.
Yeah, you'd be gone.
Yeah.
I'd throw you out during introductions.
She can't come back on. Another girl can come back on.
So Syrick will sit down, and so that means that you're losing your leading scorer tonight with the 3 goals. I'll tell you what, again, Brebeuf has done a nice job.
They scored 3 goals when she was not on the field.
Yeah, that's been a big key. So now what will Brebeuf do? Will they be able to use some time here again with the 1-goal lead? One thing about it, though, Coach, and we both coached enough to know that one thing you don't want to do is just sit there and not still be aggressive.
You got to be, yes. I've lost too many games not being aggressive.
Yeah. Sometimes you end up finding yourself trying to sit on a lead, and the next thing you know, a 10, 15-point lead is all of a sudden gone.
Well, with my coaching record, I only won 1 game in my career. So.
But you did a nice job managing the clock that day.
I did.
Yeah. So now Brebeuf, as we're under the 9-minute mark.
It did help that the other team didn't show up, that I got the forfeit.
That's true. Never apologize for a win. Braves trying to work into the inside. Ball's going to be knocked down, and that's going to go against Brebeuf. That was a nice defensive play there by Chelsea Fike, who ended up getting a stick check there and knocking the ball away. So now Culver back on offense.
Plenty of time, but you gotta put some pressure down on the other end.
Well, first I better clear it out of your end here, because you look at Brebeuf, they're playing up on this one. They're really going to force Culver to work it down the field as Fike trying to get between two defenders, and now we'll work it back to the inside. Ball's going to be tipped in the circle, and a turnover there by Culver.
That's great defense. Got your stick up.
Well, now you got to take care of it the other way. Reaching high was Snook, able to bring that one down. That pass is going to be too high. Snook went looking to the inside there, and it just got away from her, so that'll be a turnover back the other way. And that's an area where, again, you talk about you want to take care of the possession.
Mm-hmm. And now you're under 7:30.
Yeah, you think about, you talked about a little bit ago, let's say he ran off 90 seconds on the clock in that possession. That really does
eliminate you.
Make a big difference, doesn't
it? Yes, sir.
Because you're talking about getting around the 5-minute mark. But Culver, there's a stick check from behind.
That's great defense, Wade.
Yeah, excellent play by Schaefer. When as a player offensively, you got to really be looking around, and Culver kind of lost track of where Schaefer was, and she just did a great job coming from behind.
And how about this? Didn't have an opening, come back, kick it back, and run the clock.
Yep.
They just took off 15 seconds off the clock.
Sakuso had a ground ball right there that easily could have gotten away from her, but able to scoop it back up, and so now Brebeuf will keep it. And you'll hear again here pretty soon. I mean, you're talking about 6:35. Culver's going to have to say, listen, we got to pick it up now. But, boy, this would be big for Brebeuf if they can get one right here. Well, this time they'll just work it to the left. Nice dash to the inside, knocked down once again. Great job by Tidings. That's kind of what I like from Brebeuf. Get in there and give it a shot.
I liked how the officials let him play there.
Yeah, sure did. So now Culver back the other way, and once again, here's Harmeyer. Harmeyer's been instrumental tonight in getting the Culver offense into position. And she loses it, and we have a whistle, and I believe it's going to go against Brebeuf. And it looks like we'll have a free position shot here for Culver. Boy, and the one player you'd like to have taking it is Harmeyer. That one is going to bounce high and goes over the goal. Oh, that's tough. That was a pretty good look that time by Harmeyer. Maybe she's hoping to catch Brooks a little bit off guard by going high-low on that shot. Unfortunately, unable to get it to go, and we're coming up on 5 minutes. Now, here's another instance. If I'm Brebeuf, it's kind of like in basketball. Unless I get a layup, I'm not shooting it.
Spread the field out.
Yep.
Get the numbers.
Get a lot of spacing here. Braves trying to go behind the cage. High pass, eventually brought down by Pribble. And now let's see what they do from here. Nice crease, and right in there for the goal. They're going to say no goal on this one, though. We've seen that numerous times tonight. Grace Sylvia almost had number 2, but will have a free position shot. Still could be big for Sylvia. And the save
Great
once
save.
again.
She's come up big a couple of times today.
Tidings another save. Well, that would have been huge for Brebeuf. And look at Culver. Quickly trying to get into scoring position as we've now made it
to the 4-minute mark. 4
minutes to go. Well, you look back at the way this thing has gone back and forth.
And it was a really slow start, and then the momentum, kids got into the game. You can tell they enjoyed this game, too. This has been very competitive, very and clean game.
Well, this would be a huge win for Brebeuf, a team that, again, Culver has a couple of D1 type players, including that one right there, is looking for an opening. But Harmeyer unable to find anything. That defense inside has been very tough.
And if I remember correctly, Culver is ranked 2 in the poll.
Yep, they sure are. But again, we remind you they've only played twice. And I believe that's going to go against Brebeuf. They called it on number 19, Boylan. And we will have another free position shot right here for Culver.
3 minutes to play.
This will be Megan Fike.
And she has a goal tonight.
Fike got a good jump, went low and scored.
Goal number 2.
So a free position shot goal there by Fike. And again, that's number 2 for her this evening.
Scored in the third at 35-second mark, and now at the 2:53 mark in this fourth and final quarter.
Well, Coach, I think we talked about that coming into the fourth quarter, that you try to eliminate as many free position shots as you can, and unfortunately for Brebeuf, they were unable to do so on that possession. And so Fike, her second goal of the night, and now we're tied at 7 apiece. What time do you get up tomorrow morning?
5 a.m.
Do I smell overtime?
Thank you. Appreciate it.
How long do we play before they call it a draw?
I say now.
Now? So here we go with another draw attempt here.
The morning show will be very interesting.
I bet it will.
I will just tell you.
Well, this could be a big draw control either way. See who comes up with it. It'll be Culver. Fike once again. So now Culver in control as we come up on 2:40 to go. Fike trying to find a seam to work with.
Cutter. Oh, had the middle open.
We had 2 in a row, too. Coming right behind was Maya Watanabe. But Culver wisely brings it back out, and they're going to try to reset it here.
So do you even actually hold it for the last shot here?
I'm kind of like the idea is if I see something I like, I'm going to take it here.
Especially with, you're away from home.
Yep. Pass to the inside, and the shot and the goal. Guess who it is? I believe it's Harmeyer.
It is.
So Harmeyer comes up with goal number 2. Back-to-back goals late in this one, and watch this shot by Harmeyer. And she had defenders all over.
Yeah.
Harmeyer, again, we talked about several Division I offers coming her way. You know, the one thing about this is that Mara Fall has not scored tonight. She has a free ride to Furman, but it's been everybody else. So now you've taken an 8-7 lead with 2:03 to go, and this could be big right here both ways again. This is Fall again on the draw attempt, and it will be Brebeuf coming up with it. That was Schaefer. So now Brebeuf in a little bit of a panic mode right here. They got to hurry.
Yep, you got to go.
That's kind of been their game, though, tonight. They've been able to go quickly. We'll see if they can do it again. This is McNair.
Good.
Boy, and you want to get stick on stick here. If you're Culver, you want to make sure that nobody can wind up and fire on this one.
Well, you got to protect the rebound as well. You got to protect the second shot as well.
Yeah, don't want anything to carry them off and accidentally come back into the possession of a Brebeuf player to get it in quickly. No seam to work with this time.
No panic yet.
And if you're Culver, you want to keep everything in front of you. And we will have here a free position shot attempt for Brebeuf. Something we just talked about a little bit ago that you don't want to have happen. So he's going to take this one. I think it's going to be number 19, which is Layla Boylan, who has 2 goals tonight. Now she's working off that right side of the circle, so it's a little bit of a different angle. Boylan shoots, save, and knocked away again. A great save by Tidings.
And we're under a minute.
Tell you one thing for sure, that Boylan had a pretty good look. I think if I'm a keeper, though, I'd rather have something on the side than it would right in front of me, because you have a few more options to go with as a potential score, but you have to have a pretty decent angle if you're on the left or the right side. And now you see the Braves really chasing. There are 4 jerseys chasing down that ball, trying to knock it away from Fike. That's going to be actually fall. And I think we have a timeout call right here, and we do. So it will be called by Brebeuf with 26 seconds remaining. I want to remind you that tonight's game brought to you in part by Family Source Insurance, your independent agent representing Ohio Mutual Insurance. Contact them for all your insurance needs at 317-894-7000. And now you get a look at the Brebeuf bench. Had a 1-goal lead late. Now they trail it by 1 here with only 26 to go.
You just have to attack. If you are loving what you're seeing tonight, you can contact us at coach@IndianaSRN.org. We'd love to put more lacrosse games on the air, or also hit that donate button, and we'll make sure that will also get you games, as we love to put young ladies and young men on the broadcast of IndianaSRN, the sports leader of lacrosse in central Indiana.
I was just happy we had somebody with some intelligence on at halftime and didn't leave it up to you.
Well, yeah, she carried it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Take another look at this.
Okay.
This was the save right here.
I mean, that's a scoop right there.
But you see what I mean by the angle?
Yep.
That way the keeper, Tidings, I mean, if you overplay it too far, you leave too big of a gap on your right side, but she played it perfectly.
Real quick, want to thank the Brebeuf coaching staff and athletic department. They were ready for us when we got here. Was our very wet and made arrangements for us to be inside tonight. Thank you very much for that whole entire crew. It's terrific. And I just want to thank the board for the lacrosse board. What a great vision for both of us and them, and I think it's a good thing.
It is. Giving a great exposure to, as you said, both the boys and the girls game in the state of Indiana.
And you have no idea who's watching. Coaches can watch this. I know Division III coaches watch a lot of our stuff. It's just a win-win for everybody.
Well, there's a lot of programs in Indiana at the collegiate level that are picking up the programs and starting to build their programs and always need players. So, all right, here we go. Brebeuf will have to work very quickly as the clock is their enemy right now. And believe me, they are sprinting in this one.
She's down to 15.
And they know they got to get into position. Braves
10
to the middle. Will they get a shot off? Ball is going to be loose inside the circle. Who's going to pick this one up? Culver, a mad scramble for it. Brebeuf, a mad scramble as well. And time runs out, and it will be a 1-goal win tonight for Culver as they hold on, and they remain undefeated in this one as they go to 3-0. The late goal by Maddie Harmeyer, and Megan Fike got the late goal as well, and they pick up the win here tonight by a final of 8-7. Any final thoughts on this one?
Great ball game. Every game we've done this year has come down to 1 or 2 plays, and this one did the same. It's just great. Join us on Saturday as we will be at Southport, and we're looking forward to that.
Okay, again, with the win, Culver now 3-0 on the season. The Braves fall to 4-6 after tonight's loss. Thanks to the entire crew. Fantastic job as always. And again, thanks to the Brebeuf athletic staff for allowing us to be here tonight as well. And we thank you for joining us tonight for Indiana High School Lacrosse right here on Indiana SRN.